is concerned today in Nashville. Just enough chill in the air for a sweatshirt, light breeze, fall in full swing at Nissan Stadium. The whole of downtown Nashville likely still reverberating with the sounds of the Titans taking a field a moment ago. They're ready for football as their Titans are set to match up with the New Orleans Saints. Here's Chris Claybrooks to return. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. They'll run it now with Robinson. Broke a tackle, but not much room there ultimately. Just up past the 25 and no further. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing Jones. And he's taken down here by the Saints. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now on to punt. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This will be fielded at the 17. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air, eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. A big-time play there for New Orleans.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. Very productive. 3 touchdowns, 2 of them on the ground, 1 through the air.
And it will always be a compliment to say that a guy's got a nose for the end zone, and he sure had it last week.
2nd and goal from the 1. Gordon is into the end zone for a Saints touchdown. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Claybrooks to return it. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get them. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Jones under pressure. They got him again. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up third. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Take it at the 37. It will be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here 1st and 10. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a 1st or a 2nd seed come playoff time. So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown.
Derrick Henry, his 21st touchdown of the season, and the Saints are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Clay Brooks to return it. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They begin the drive with Robinson. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. On the run, it's Robinson. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29. You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and attack them and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So here are the Saints to take over. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now he'll let it go deep right side. He's got a man, complete. And finally out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4. A big-time play there for New Orleans.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside. And he
is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Melvin Gordon with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 21-0. Hardly any time taken off the clock there. 2 plays, and they find the end zone for 6 points. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Clay Brooks to return it. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And he goes across the 20 to the 22.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a game, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Now Jones. Had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. On now is the Titans punter. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Pulled in at the 24. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Saints continue to pull away here in this first half. Gold with the extra point, and it is 28-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Clay Brooks to return it. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Tennessee offense set to go again. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? Well, that time...
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down. Another try after the first down. Under pressure, and they got to him again. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They run. Robinson. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On now is the Titans punter, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. So a change of possession here on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. The Saints offense going to head out now late in this first half. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? But everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. Eluding the pressure right. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll set up to throw. Flushed out right. He wants it all for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Back to throw again. Flush to his right. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Saints would extend their lead here just before halftime. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Clay Brooks to return it. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they'll take over with just 16 ticks remaining before intermission. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. Big Al Woods there to make the tackle. So we have... And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the 3rd quarter. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just...
It got his man complete. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. A big-time play there for New Orleans.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Henry. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Henry. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Saints come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Gold with the extra point, and it is 42-0. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Clay Brooks to return it. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first up. On offense to start the third. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there this time, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll go with Snell here on first down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. It's Kelsey on the grab. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Looking to throw. Jones. And that is incomplete. And the passing windows are just not there. And that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The New Orleans offense set to take over. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
And now they're just looking to add to that total.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. It's a big play there for the Saints. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to...
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Melvin Gordon, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Saints are pouring it on. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now Jones from the gun on 3rd down. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
Back now in Nashville. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. And he's taken down here by the Saints. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Another try after the first down sack. Jones. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Good blocking there, and nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. To be frank, you really have to feel for them. This is appearing to not be their week yet again. So another loss in the cards as they trail big in quarter number. Can't get away, and he's taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. And you could say that is just another cherry on top for this defense and that entire team. But really, this defense has sparked what's been an impressive effort here in this one.
And I notice you use the word sparked because you're not seeing that on the other side of the ball, are you? The offense right now, the spark has left their game, and it's been because of what you described, that defensive pressure.
Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. On now is the Titans punter. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And he fields it cleanly. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And possession will switch hands first. So this one a victory here for